Abogafo yama kwaba edeba prop 2 media so enenso isama egu apono so enamo song for Chris DGH mede emu ensam ede bremu na muso mahunu na mate ne ekoso ewo omangana yimu meso se obehwe ho ye ewo omangana yimu ye 2024 enti na de obenya aba na ede enyaba mekasa efa 2024 7 December abatwa Chencherenche kesi abekoso ewo omangana yimu ena meka ho asem dia 2024 nsema abekoso no na I start cramp ekoso because omangana baby obefa biade otemi omafoforo uhunu ne omafoforo ba mesel say yebeko nsem no so straight na onso ehunu ne ekoso eni ne etwagu ewo ntinta fidi kese so ene omangana ene biasa fa na nyina nene so nsema egu apono so ense Dr. Bawumia nsem akase bia oka edema ye disable for nsema Dr. Bawumia eka edema disable for no emu edu papa na nsema oka ni nyina ense se omangana yeto abane emana oba disable for no oba eden oba momo edan wa momo specialist a omehwom na omoho nyede embasem nti se sa na etedia na eche se all the regions no disable for more all the regions I will say ye pet a dime all the regions near they ye form nyina na edi omkogum na edi omnyina ekugum because Dr. Bawumia say oba mom specialist on be show free of charge. That's what I say. Nti meso say ye be ko na ye kotie e free osono kase omunsem nsema ekoso ewo ho no yankotie emfiri omankase enumu na ye bade ho bia nso ye de atom so prop 2 media message also be like video no ahye no make comment now they are found na abribia onsa aka nyema so nko ewo ntinta fidi kase so medamase yenkombra.
Let's hear the vice president again. Let's hear him.
So I am very, very clear on the way forward. I believe that persons with disabilities, we are going to have to support them a bit more. Persons with disabilities, we are giving scholarships to every sort of person, but I want to dedicate some of them monies from our scholarship secretariat and the GET fund to provide free tertiary education, both tuition and accommodation, to all persons of disabilities who make it into the universities so that they can all benefit. So I am very, very clear on the way forward. I believe that persons with disabilities, we are going to have to support them a bit more. Persons with disabilities, we are giving scholarships to every sort of person, but I want to dedicate some of them monies from our scholarship secretariat and the GET fund to provide free tertiary education, both tuition and accommodation, to all persons of disabilities who make it into the universities.
Vice President Dr. Bawumia there.
So again, very laudable idea, of course. This would free up, shall I say, some physical space for persons with disabilities to enable them to advance their education. It's not cheap pursuing tertiary education. But as you say, we want to see the blueprint, what exactly is going to go into this policy in terms of funding, long-term sustainability, and so on and so forth. Interestingly, this story is captured in page 8 of the Ghanaian Times, and it says that the initiative aligns with broader efforts to promote social justice and equity, enhancing Ghana's standing as a champion of inclusive education policy. So if it's part of broader efforts to promote social justice, then we have to be looking at those efforts that are already in place. Are those efforts fortified? Are they strengthened? And sometimes I feel as though we don't like to strengthen or solidify the foundation before we bring up some of these ideas. For example, we haven't sorted out land train, then we bring sky train. For example, just to bring the matters into context. It's a great initiative, a great policy. If we have the funds for it, I think it's a step in the right direction. But what have we done for persons with disability already at the foundation level? How are we empowering them already before we add on to what is going on?
Being that persons with disability are still human, and most of them actually want to continue their education into tertiary institutions, universities, and other vices, but due to lack of funds or any other thing, they are not able to do it. Coming up with this policy, Dr. Bawumia has actually proven that he really has foresight.
I think let's strengthen the foundation and then we move on from there. It's an election year, so please don't begrudge me the opinion that some of these are also just promises that are made to lure voters. Take it however you will, but you and I live in this country. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and it would be a shame for us to keep on playing with persons with disabilities. We've made a lot of promises that we haven't fulfilled. These are citizens just like you and I. At any point in time, you and I can become disabled, and we will need the intervention of government to enable us to live dignified lives. So yes, again, good initiative, good policy. How do we fund it? How do we sustain it? And also, can we go back to the drawing board, strengthen policies already that exist?
Okay, earlier we heard from Alex Kojo Tete, is the President, Center for Employment of Persons Living with Disability. Now we go to Divine Pay. He's a Senior Programs Officer, Africa Education Watch, and he joins us on the phone line. Divine, please raise Divine back on the phone line so we can engage Divine on this particular matter. We want to hear from the education think tank what they actually think. But you know that sometime in 2020, John Dramani Mahama had also promised that persons living with disability were going to get free tertiary education. He didn't get in power. The people of Ghana rejected him at the polls. But then he hasn't also given indication that he's moving away from that, except to suggest that persons living with disability do not need sympathy. What they need is support, what they need is help, and what they need is the empowerment that they can get, and they can do excellently. It doesn't matter what it is that or where it is that you find yourself. I think that as a country we tend to look down on a lot people living with disability. We tend to think that they are not complete, they are not able, they are not capable. We think that, as for these people, they are vulnerable, we need to support them. I mean, have you given them an opportunity to shine? That's the question I always ask. Always. Well, Divine Pay is the Senior Programs Officer, Africa Education Watch, is joining us on the phone line now. Divine, good morning.
Good morning, Rich.
Divine, there's some noise in your